Doing well.
You know, I've had some tough games up here, so we knew coming up here that we'd play a very motivated team. You know, Coach Stoops comes from a real coaching family. I knew his dad for years and years and years, who was a defensive coordinator at Cardinal Winning High School, and had a tremendous amount of respect. I think he's done a great job with his players. They play hard. You know, we're just trying to do things the Bama way, man. That's what we're trying to get our guys to do. Play physical, play with effort, play with more toughness, compete well in the game for 60 minutes in the game, and, you know, try to improve and dominate the competition. I think we did that, but I also think that we made a lot of mistakes. Turned the ball over a couple times, dropped some passes. You want to be the best. You know, you can't be satisfied with that, so there's certainly some things that we need to improve on. But I was really proud of the way we dominated the line of scrimmage, you know, offensively. AJ obviously had a really, you know, good game. Made a lot of plays and made a lot of explosive plays passing. We dropped a few. Everybody's got to be accountable to do their role so that we can be the best team that we can be. And I think that's what we need to continue to work on. I think we're a better team now than we were. I think we're making improvement, but I still think there's things that we need to continue to work on so that we can get better each week. Questions?
Coach, can you talk about the big plays, explosive plays, and the number of people and weapons that were involved in them? Seem to be spreading the ball around a lot.
Right. Well, we have, you know, a pretty good group of receivers. We've got a couple of pretty good running backs. So we want to try to involve as many of those players as we possibly can. I thought early in the game we didn't get the receivers involved in the game like we needed to, but they certainly made some big plays in the second half and as the game wore on. And AJ obviously does a very good job of making decisions and choices and is accurate with the ball. And you know, some guys made some great plays out there, but we also dropped some balls that, you know, would have been critical. You know, we stopped ourselves the first 3 drives of the game. Dropped a third down, wide open, big play. Drove the ball twice into the red zone and fumbled it. So, you know, we need to improve on those things, not the kind of start you want to get. But we were still dominating the game. We were dominating the line of scrimmage. So, you know, people say, well, what happened early in the game? Well, nothing happened early in the game. We fumbled the ball. That's what happened. We moved it right down the field. We fumbled the ball. So, but I'm pleased with the way our skill guys are playing, and I think they've got a lot of confidence in AJ, and I think he has a lot of confidence in them.
Coach, outside of the A&M game, you guys have been pretty consistent on defense. Are you pleased with how that unit's kind of progressing?
Well, you know, we've had a lot of missing parts. You know, we've had to move guys around a lot. I really think the players have done a good job adapting, you know, each week. I think we've started probably 4 or 5 different guys at corner. Move guys around to play safety. The front 7, we've had a couple guys get injured. So every guy that has had to step up and play for us has done a really good job. I think C.J. Mosley has done a fantastic job of being a leader that has really made a big difference in our development, how players work in practice, and how we've been able to improve. But I still think we have a long way to go. It would be nice to get some continuity so we can get back to where guys are practicing the roles that they're used to and where we have a cumulative effect of a lot of experience, which we weren't able to do tonight. You know, Landon's never played free safety in his life, but he's done a pretty good job in the last 2 games. So, you know, hopefully we'll be able to get him back to some of his natural positions. But I am pleased with the improvement, but I still think our focus has got to be on continuing to get better in the future.
Your running backs, how did they recover from those 2 fumbles?
What did you think? I mean, I think they did pretty well. They didn't fumble anymore. So they ran the ball well. We had 2 backs over 100 yards. I think that says a lot about the offensive line and the job that they did. But I thought both guys ran well. We haven't had a lot of turnovers this year. We haven't fumbled the ball a lot. It's something that we really don't ever need to have happen. And I think if our guys want to be the best, they know that those are the kind of things that they have to eliminate.
Just wonder what you saw from Bradley Silby, putting him in that starting rotation, and how he did.
Bradley did a good job in the game. You know, I think he matched up well with their receivers. You know, they didn't have really big guys. Bradley's quick and fast, and he's got more experience than some of the other guys. So he's probably been one of the most consistent guys playing for us. We probably should have played him some before this. Did a nice job last week when he went in for Eddie. So we felt like, you know, he deserved to be the starter and get his opportunity, and I thought he did a really good job tonight.
Was Eddie bothered by? Was Eddie bothered a bit by the ankle from last week? Is that
a little bit?
Okay.
Couldn't practice, you know, all the time. But, we think Eddie's a good player too, and he has to continue to focus on his development. I think the young players have to know that every week's a new week. It's a new game plan. You have to have new focus, be able to prepare and get ready for the next game. And, I think the inexperience that they have, affects their ability to sustain that with consistency sometimes, and these are the lessons that these guys have to learn.
Coach, with Drake involved in the pass game, how much can that make this offense even better with Drake and get some catches out of the backfield and turn them up?
Well, our backs are, both of our backs are really good receivers. So, check downs are always something that, the quarterback is always looking for. We want to continue to improve our screen game so that we can get our backs involved because, they are explosive players that can make plays. And I think it's really important that when they play soft and they're in split safeties and you're running vertical routes down the field, the backs are going to have one guy on them, or those owners are going to be a long ways away. So I think both those guys are very capable and can do a really good job. Both drop balls tonight, which is really unusual for both of them because they have really good hands.
On the play Jarrett made where he comes on the blitz and kind of runs through the running back there, is that an example of what you can get when you play a little more physical guy there at the star position?
Yeah, Jared does a good job in that regard. He's played really well for us, and he's a good blitzer. He had to play star end money. He was actually playing 6 defensive back money when he made that sack and knocked the quarterback out of the game. But he's done a nice job for us, and he's done a good job of covering as well.
What did you see from Ashawn tonight? He was in the backfield a lot. He got a couple sacks.
Ashawn's playing better and better every week. He's a hard guy to block. He's a big physical guy. That's what makes good defensive linemen. I think he's more confident now that he knows what to do and what's expected of him. And his consistency and performance has gotten better and better each week. And I thought he did a nice job tonight.
Grant, what do you think of Grant Hill getting a lot of work with the first team offense?
Well, we played him half the time last week, and we had the goal to try to play him, half the time this week. I think the competition is good, and I think it enhances his development. I made the statement that he's getting very close to being one of our 5 best guys, so we need to get him some experience. If something happens down the road, we can move guys around, and he would be ready to play, more ready to play.
You're 10 for 14 on third down, and they're 2 for 12. Talk about that impact on this game.
Well, I think we had a good plan. I think Jay did a good job of implementing the plan. I think some of that is what are the third downs? You got a much better opportunity making 3rd and 4, 5, and 6 than you do when it's 3rd and 10, 11, and 12, and you can play differently, and you can play a lot safer in terms of playing more zone and longer yardage situations and not play man-to-man, not worried about having to get picked. So I thought we had a good plan. I thought we did a good job of implementing the plan on both sides of the ball, and it's important to get off the field on 3rd down, and it's important to control the tempo of the game, especially when you're playing these no-huddle teams, by keeping the ball on offense, and 3rd down conversions are a big part of that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.